I just came out and told my mother tonight. I told her to watch the video. And she said, you know, it's sad that you felt like you couldn't tell anybody because of how everybody was. She said, including me. She said, I wouldn't have known how to support you. She said, because me and your dad wasn't in the position, we couldn't afford any violins or anything like that. And she said, so you was right in the video. She said, considering your uncles, you know, because they used to call me Rockhead and all of that. You know, those kind of things are normal when you coming up, but once it gets to the point to where you notice that no matter what you find yourself interested in, if it's Bruce Lee, if it's Star Wars, seems like everybody else, you know, like everybody got something to say about it, but you don't see anybody making fun of anybody else in what they're doing, but it seems like whatever, you know, they used to call me DA, whatever DA was into, seems like it was a big deal. You know, and when you notice that people try to shame you into feeling embarrassed about what you love, and you shouldn't feel embarrassed about it. It's not that you are embarrassed about it, it's the environment, it's the people that make you, I put it like this, they make you feel embarrassed about what you love to do, and therefore they make you feel embarrassed about what you're proud of. And so you looking at it like, wait a minute, why am I being embarrassed about my love for Bruce Lee? Why am I made to feel embarrassed about being a great martial artist? You know, so I started keeping a whole lot of stuff to myself, you know. And so once I mastered the violin, I damn sure wasn't going to say, look, y'all, I can play the violin. You know, because I felt so good about it. Something said, don't tell them. If you want to keep this good feeling, if you want to continue to love the violin, don't tell anybody, because they'll make you feel embarrassed, and therefore they'll make you hate it. So I never told nobody. You know, and it's a shame that people make you feel like that, but that was my reality. You know, the way that I explained these, you know, precisely what I just told you. I explained it to my mother the very same way. And she said, it's a shame that you were made to feel like that. I said, well, you know, Mama, I talked to Shannon, you know, Betchy, and he brought it up about how when he got into Bruce Lee, she said, yeah, no, told her, don't cut me off, because I know you don't want to hear it. I said, but you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. I said, you know, because y'all got on his case for loving Bruce Lee so much, and according to him, y'all words were, oh, DA wore us out about Bruce Lee. You know, we couldn't stand it. We were just waiting for this whole Bruce Lee era to be over with. What was wrong about my love for Bruce Lee? What was wrong with that? You know, I don't get it. I'm on the south side of Chicago. I mean, I could easily be involved in things that are much worse. You know, so when you start giving yourself to a lot of things, and when you're surrounded by, you might as well say, ignorant ass niggas, you're just gonna have to just start keeping stuff to yourself, man. Just start keeping things to yourself, because if you want to continue to feel good about what you love, sometimes you just need to not tell nobody what you love. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it to yourself. And I should have said this in the video, because I've thought about doing a follow-up on it, because there's a lot of things I wanted to express, but I was struggling through the video because I was tired. My head was completely clear, but it's just a shame that people make you feel like that. That what was keeping your head together and keeping you out of trouble, they mocked it. And they made you feel bad about something that you love. They made you feel as though in order to maintain your sanity and your love for it, you had to keep something that beautiful to yourself, to where you thought that you should be able to share this with your family. I should have been able to play the violin to my mother, to my great-grandmother, to my sister, and all of that, but you have to keep things like that inside, because you're dealing with niggas. Because I was telling my mother, a while back, this is when I was working for that other security company. I was on my way home one night, and my mother feels like she could just tell me everything. My father, and I used to always tell my mother, stop talking to him about me. Don't say nothing to him. And I was telling her, I don't even see why you still communicating with this motherfucker. I said, because he's married, he's going on with your life. I said, why are you even talking to him? Both of you old, you're damn near dead. Why do you even talk to him? I don't even see why you talk to him. And she was telling me, I was telling Van, you really should listen to his writing. He's a great writer. He's up here telling me, oh, that ain't nothing, that's junk. And I said, you see that, Mama? Do you really think I need to hear that? Well, I was just saying, and I blew up on her. I said, I don't need to hear that shit. I said, this is what I'm saying. Why do you feel like I need to hear that? Coming out of your mouth. I said, he ain't doing nothing but using you as a microphone. I said, can I have something left that I love to do without y'all trying to contaminate it? Leave it alone. Stop fucking talking about me. I said, leave it alone. I said, there's other things. I told her back then, there's other things that I was into. Y'all ain't never gonna know about. Never. I said, because the only thing y'all gonna do is speak death into it. That's all you're gonna do. I said, I couldn't be a good martial artist because you associated what I was doing with your so-called hatred of Bruce Lee, because I was deep into Bruce Lee. I said, y'all speak death into so many things. So I got to the point I wasn't gonna tell nobody nothing I was into. Because people are contaminators. There's certain things that you just gotta keep stuff to yourself, because you're surrounded by a bunch of, like I say, ignorant niggas. You gotta keep certain things to yourself. You know, if you want to keep loving it, if you want to love doing it while you're doing it, you have to be very careful who you tell what you're doing. Because they will definitely make you hate what you love. They'll definitely do that. And when I had explained that to my mother today, she was just silent. I said, and then my sister, BB, I said, if I would have revealed that I was a violinist, I said, with her, she'd have been jealous. She'd have been jealous, and through her jealousy, she would have mocked it. So there's a deep lesson in that. Some things you just have to keep to yourself. You know, what you love to do, you want to share it with the world, but the type of world you're living in, sometimes you can't do that. You look at the way the black community is. A black man playing the violin, he must be gay or something. That's why I had to say, Minister Louis Farrakhan plays the violin. And you can't get no blacker than Louis Farrakhan. So what does playing the violin have to do with anything? So if I choose to play the saxophone, does that make me black? Does that make me straight? You know, I wouldn't have brought any of this up. But when I went over there to get that food from Eli, and the moment I put that violin up under my chin, it was over. It was over. And I started playing, and it brought back such a beautiful feeling I haven't felt in years. I haven't felt that in years. You know, when I played that in front of Igor, that was the last time I played in front of anybody. You know, it's just a shame that you have to hide what you love in order to continue to love it. A lot of people need to understand that. You can't share. You know, you have to be absolutely careful of your environment about what you love to do, because you can't share everything. If you want to keep loving it, and if you don't want to feel hurt and betrayed, you know, because what you love to do, you want to share it with the world, because what you do is rooted in love, and you want to share it. You know, love is going to make you want to share it, you know, and it goes back to what you and I was talking about years ago, when we were saying sometimes we imagine ourselves on stage performing in front of people, and I was telling you, it's only because we don't feel appreciated. You know, and the one of the reasons why we don't feel appreciated is because we know that these people would mock you, and so you try to. You have thoughts and feelings like that because you're looking for their approval. And then once you understand that you're looking for their approval, you say, and then you look at who you're looking for approval from, and you catch yourself in there, wait a minute, what the hell do I want approval from these low lives from? These people are low lives. I mean, literally low lives. And it don't matter who these people are to you. If they low lives, they're low lives. You know, should you be looking for confirmation from low lives? It's just, and this community, this is the most poisonous and most destructive and most foul community on the planet. And I mean on the planet, anywhere. You can go over there to Africa and play the violin, and the Africans are like, ooh, that's very good, that's very good. People say, well, it's only because it's a European thing, and they love the European and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but half of you niggas say that violin and classical music comes from Africa. You still have to confirm that. Like I was telling you before, everything is funny to these niggas. That's why I hate comedians. Like, I can't stand that nigga, man. I can't stand him. I mean, he takes the most simplest shit, and they just be giggling and laughing. I'm like, that shit is not fucking funny. Oh, I went up and I slapped that nigga across his head, took that damn stupid ass baseball cap on. I was laughing. Nigga, your shit ain't funny. Okay? But what you do, your type of comedy mocks. You're teaching these niggas to mock things they shouldn't mock. That's why I fucking hate niggas like him, man. I can't stand niggas like him. But I'll tell anybody, if you love it and if you don't want, if you love it and if you want to continue to love it, you better be careful who you tell. I mean, you got to be really careful. So I kept that to myself. Even when Eli was saying, you should consider playing live. I'm sitting up there on the video saying, I'm going to consider it lying. I ain't considering that. And I ain't afraid of anything. It's just that we live in a world to where it doesn't matter how good you are with something or how good you feel about it. You're going to always be compared. There's always going to be somebody out there that's going to try to tear you down. And of course, that's the reality of life. But if you love what you're doing, and if you would rather not face that, then don't do it. And it's easy for me to say, nah, I'm not trying to. I'm doing this for the creator, and I'm doing it for me. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm not trying to entertain nobody. Period. I'm doing this for me. I do it because it makes me feel good. Regardless of how good I am with it, it's just, no, I'd rather not. Save yourself the grief and the pain, and, because it's kind of difficult to stand up there doing something that you love so much, and to hear people, get your ass off the stage, because see, then I have to jump off the stage on somebody. But if you know that you love it that much, keep it to yourself, because you live in a very cruel world. And people can call you a coward. Hey, like I said, man, you can call me whatever you want. But you have to protect what you love. You inside of a community where everything is mocked and everything is laughed at. And you would think that a people who suffer so much would be a better people. But it seems like to me, black people were more morally intact when they was on the goddamn plantation. As soon as they got their freedom, that's when they became corrupted. As long as black people are down, humiliated, segregated, and all of that, niggas act like they got some sense. It's like Malcolm said, black people were more unified when they was on the goddamn plantation. As soon as black people got their freedom, that's when they started acting a damn fool. Everything is a contest. You know, that's why a lot of people in Tammy's family didn't understand why I wouldn't sit up and watch the Apollo with everybody. And I was telling them I don't like seeing people try to do their best. I said I don't like seeing people booed off the stage. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. You know, and because I didn't like that. You know, you dancing while somebody's getting their heart ripped out their chest. It takes a whole lot for a person to get in front of people with the intent to put themselves on a line emotionally and psychologically. You got to give people some credit. But we dealing with black people. They look to boo you because black people are people who believe in the crabs in the barrel thing. So they look for you to fail. They don't look for you to do well. They're sitting out there, they're waiting for you to hit the wrong note because it's in their genes to bring you down because of the whole crabs in a barrel instinct. That's why I can't stand niggas. That's why I stay away from them. They some contaminators, and I fucking hate them. And I would never stop saying that. Niggas ain't shit. I couldn't watch that, you know, and Tammy and everything. You taking it too serious. Well, whatever. That's just me. I don't like seeing people do their best and being booed off the stage like doing their best wasn't shit. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage, man, to risk hating what you love so much because of people gonna boo you off the stage and now of course there was some people up there trolling, you know, up there with the intent to get booed off the stage, you know. But I used to see a lot of people up there really try. And what black folks love to do, all you gotta do is hit a wrong note, and here they come. Instead of giving you time to get it together, all they gotta do is hit a wrong note. And what you get wrong, they start pulling you down. But see, their intention is for you to quit. That's what crabs in the barrel is all about. I'm down, and so I see you triumph, and so I really don't want you to succeed. I'm looking for an excuse to pull you down here with me. So what they do, they sit back and they look for something. They look for a clue that reminds them of themselves. That's what they look for. Ooh, did you hear that note? Ha ha ha. And they make sure they want you to know that we noticed that you hit that wrong note. We want you to know we noticed that. And if you do it again, we're gonna laugh at you. I mean, they're gonna laugh at you anyway, but they want you to know. We noticed that. That's why I keep certain things to myself. And that's why I stay away from niggas. Because you stay around black folks, you ain't never gonna get nowhere. Never. You gotta get with the people that's making it. Because that old man didn't have to give me his violin. And I mean, I played that thing until it fell to pieces, Josh. I played it until it fell to pieces. I couldn't even take that thing together. I played that violin till it fell apart. And then, like I said, I had parents that wasn't productive. They wasn't going to be able to afford $700, $800 for me to play, me to play the violin because I kept it from them. And I felt like, well, if I was to tell them about me being a violinist, would they have supported? No, they wouldn't, because I didn't have supportive type parents. And so when you don't have supportive type parents, why bother? The only thing they're gonna do is say it's too expensive, and then they're gonna turn around and say to make them feel better about not being able to afford it. What do? They mock you. What the hell you want to do that for anyway? So I kept it to myself. At that young age, by me studying human behavior the majority of my life, I studied the people in my environment, and I knew that I wasn't able to share that with them because I studied these people close enough to know, including my friends, that if I shared this information with them, they would mock me, and they would make me hate what I love. And I knew that I wasn't strong enough not to end up hating it because I loved it too much. I loved it so much. And when you love something that intense, the dual component is you'll be apt to hate it too. And so you have to be careful what you share, and primarily who you share it with. Because people will make you hate what you love. They'll make you hate what you love. Can't share everything with everybody. Here's a man almost 60 years old finally telling his mother that he's a violinist. Because I asked her, I said, Mama, if I was to tell you that I was a violinist, would you believe it? She said, yeah, I would. And so I sent her the video. I sent her the video and told her to watch the video and call me back after you watch it. And she called back. She said, wow, I never knew that. She said, when you were 9 years old? She said, I don't know. She said, it explains some things. I said, what do you mean? She said, those times you would come up missing. She said, of course, me and, a few times me and Graham was wondering why you was coming in so late and everything. She said, but damn, she said, you somewhere teaching yourself how to play the violin? She said, as hard as it is to learn that instrument. And she said that you taught yourself by ear to learn the violin. I said, when you understand an instrument so well, hold on, I'm wiping my windows down. When you understand the fundamentals and the basics, of a instrument so well, you can hear things and you can play it immediately because you know that instrument that well, to where you can just, the only thing you have to do is memorize the piece. You play along with it to remember it in your mind, and then after you memorize the whole movement and everything, then you can play along with it. That's learning things by ear. You don't need to read music, but it's an area of where, while you was in the process of preparing yourself to learn it, your mind was on, I'm gonna play this in front of my friends. I'm gonna play this in front of my mother. I'm gonna play this in front of my dad. I'm gonna play this in front of my sister and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, while you're thinking that, another part of your thinking knows that these are not the type of people that you can share this type of gift with. You can't, because what you need to do, you need to get around people that are on your level. You know, and this is why I was telling people, you know, you gotta get it. You gotta get niggas out of your life. You know, you gotta get out of that box that black people try to keep you in. That's pretty much what I was saying. Get out of that box that black people wanna keep you locked in. You know how we do it. You know, black folks don't listen to classical music. You know, then they want to say, just like we was talking about earlier, well, you know, they said that Beethoven was a black man. Well, you know, it says, you know, classical music originated out of Africa. Yeah, but you still mocking it. You still mocking it. And you know, these niggas over here, they talk about how much they love Africa, but then when you look at African documentaries, you're mocking Africa. And the only time you appreciate Africa is when it looks like it's relating to some bullshit that you're doing over here in America, like you're twerking. Well, you know, twerking comes from Africa. No, twerking does not come from Africa. It's simply because those women are moving similar. It doesn't mean that it is the same. It's something that's similar. You know, African dance is not perverted. You know, twerking is perverse. You know, you just have to learn how to keep certain information to yourself. And so I had to hide that all my life. And like I say, the only reason why I'm talking about it now is when I played for Eli, and when she gave me the violin, I'm like, ooh, I can play again, you know, and then I got excited, and next thing you know, there it is. And so when she said that, you know, you should consider playing live, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I wish I could do that, but that's not the type of world that we're living in. Especially looking at the, you know, the direction the world is in every area, including music.